Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Luqman, and I am a member of the Black Alliance for Peace. I am the co-coordinator of the Mid-Atlantic region for the Black Alliance for Peace, and I am the co-host of By Any Means Necessary on Radio Sputnik here in Washington, D.C. with my comrade and friend, Sean Blackman. It's interesting that, I am here representing two organizations or two entities that have faced repression from the U.S. government. Sputnik News, that has been the subject of U.S. government attempts to shut it down since 2016, when Russiagate proliferated all over the country because the Democrats lost the election that they didn't want to admit that they lost for their own foolishness. And the Black Alliance for Peace, one of many black radical organizations that are always under scrutiny by the U.S. government, the State Department, the FBI, particularly our comrades in the African People's Socialist Party, that were raided a few months ago. These realities of how we exist and operate in the alleged land of the free are always near in our consciousness. We always understand that there are those of us in this country who are not free. We are not free to speak our minds. We are not free to print whatever we choose, especially if what we print is the truth about the crimes this government commits. And of course, this brings me to why we are here today, and that is Julian Assange. Julian Assange is imprisoned not because he committed a crime, not because he spied against the United States, not because he violated the Espionage Act. Julian Assange is in prison because the United States government, right along with their friends, the British government, are punishing him because he printed the truth about the crimes this government was committing in other countries. So this is why you don't hear Julian Assange's name mentioned at all on corporate media, because if they talk about Julian Assange, they have to talk about why he's in prison. If they talk about why he's in prison, they have to talk about that collateral damage video. They have to talk about WikiLeaks in general and how nothing that has been published by WikiLeaks was false. Every bit of it was true, and every bit of it implicates the corrupt people and the very corrupt institutions that make up this government and its allies, like these folks, the British, who are colluding with the United States to deny Julian Assange his freedom as a member of the press, to attack him mentally, to wear him down physically. But this is par for the course, you see, for how the United States government and its allies treats political prisoners. I'm so glad this sign is here. Free all political prisoners. Mumia Abu-Jamal, Julian Assange, Leonard Peltier. See, you have to understand that this is how the U.S. government deals with all of its political prisoners. They deny you health care. They create conditions in these institutions, prisons, these U.S. and British penal colonies. Let's stop acting like Russia is the only place with a penal colony. The United States carceral state is a penal colony. The Department of Corrections is the U.S. Gulag, the political institution that controls all the prisons. Let's stop slinging around these ridiculous words, accusing Russia or any other country of being less democratic than the country with 5% of the population of the world, but 25% of all incarcerated people on the planet. So the way Julian Assange is being treated, his health is declining, his mental capacity is declining. This is the way the United States treats all political prisoners. And for those of us who have been in the struggle to free political prisoners, those of us who have been in the struggle to get Mumia Abu-Jamal off death row, successfully, and we're continuing to struggle for his freedom. Those of us who have struggled to free Dr. Mutulu Shakur, those of us who struggle to free Brother Jamil Amuntakim and others, and all these other political prisoners we're fighting for, we understand that what is happening to Julian Assange is what this country has always done. This is how it treats political prisoners. They want to throw our people behind the wall, throw away the key, and they hope that we forget about them while they rot away in 40 years of solitary confinement and die, never being thought of again. But that cannot happen. Not with Julian Assange, and not with all the other political prisoners behind the wall. They can be freed. We can free Julian Assange and other political prisoners. We can free Leonard Peltier. We can free all of these other political prisoners. We just have to fight for their freedom. Because as we are fighting for their freedom, we're fighting for ours. So whatever you do, do not forget that it is possible. A better world is possible for political prisoners. Their freedom is possible. And a better world for us is possible. We just have to fight for it. I'm Jacqueline Luqman with the Black Alliance for Peace. Thank you very much.